forward James Keith, on your right, forward Harrison Ingram. 17 points apiece for these guys, career high for James. We'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, can you guys just talk about how good it feels to not just like bounce back with a win, but to bounce back with a dominant win like this, especially having been up there earlier in the year on the last of these guys?
I mean, it feels amazing. Playing against their zone's pretty tough. We came with an amazing game plan from our coaches, just kind of spreading it out and being ready to shoot, and just losing up there to them when we were on a roll. I mean, we needed this game because we're trying to play March Madness.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just said exactly what you said to him in the hallway. I said it's so nice to, I think we started up 15-3 at one point, like kind of be in control for most of the game. They're a really good team and they fought back, but to get that good start felt nice, especially when we haven't had that all the time this year.
Harrison, you got off to a great start today. Kind of slow the other game. So, what was your mindset coming into it?
More just my warm-up, just being ready in my warm-up. I didn't really kind of just lackadaisical in my warm-up, playing it a little slow and not being ready right when the game started. Just make sure I was ready right when the game started.
Seems like you guys really brought the defensive pressure early on, more than a lot of the games, and tried to make Washington play in the half court. What was the game plan there?
Yeah, I mean, the game plan was, we're going to impose our will on them, and a lot of that involved, blowing up ball screens, applying a lot of ball pressure to guys who are shooters but maybe aren't as comfortable dribbling the ball or putting it on the ground. They got a really good player, Terrell Brown, you guys all know, leading the Pac-12 in scoring. So we kind of worked our best to contain him and other guys, in the gaps helping out. And I thought we had a great game plan from the coaches.
Exactly. One of our biggest strengths is length, so we knew just staying in the gaps and packing it in and half-court defense to score. It's hard to score on for us.
James, how weird was it for you to hear Dejan's name over Lowski?
It was funny. I got to care a lot about that guy. I hope he's doing all right. I asked one of the guys, he said he's doing all right. He might have jacked up his shoulder, but it's funny, obviously playing 2 years with him. He was a good teammate and a great player here. So, it's just, it was funny for sure. It made me chuckle a little bit, but, at the end of the day, we got the dub. So that's what I was focused on.
What was the biggest difference between last time in Seattle and did it help having seen that zone before? I mean, did it help having seen that once before that? Was that a big kind of factor? Okay, we've seen this.
I think personally, with just our game plan coming in, we went out there. It was kind of, I guess, seeing it before helped a lot because we were kind of on our heels. I didn't expect the 2-3 zone to be so, pressure oriented with Dejan and Terrell leading the Pac-12 in steals up top. So we're kind of playing on our heels. In this game, we attacked them this time.
Yeah, I would say I feel like we've kind of dominated 3 halves. Like if we played them 4 halves, we've dominated 3 halves against them. We're down like 20 at halftime up in Seattle, and then almost cut it all the way back and lost, and then 2 great halves here. And so part of it is like obviously we got some young guys, and like me, I hadn't had a lot of experience playing against the zone, all of us. But also I think it's our mentality going in. We kind of started on our heels. They imposed our will on us, got a lot of easy buckets versus tonight. I think you saw from the jump where we're playing physical and tough and involved.
All right, Harrison, you're deep into this freshman year. How confident do you feel in your game when you have maybe a game you don't do as well, but then you come back like today and pretty much dominate? So what can you say about your game's progression from when you first stepped on campus?
Yes, sir. Really just being more consistent. We had 8 games in 17 days, and it's kind of the wear and tear on your body, and just knowing my teammates trust me to keep me in the game when I'm making mistakes, little mistakes, freshman mistakes, and just playing through my mistakes and them trusting me with the ball in my hands and clutch moments throughout the entire game. Just sticking to the plan and keep working hard.
James, you had the career high today, and I think now you're top 3 scoring outputs of the season. What kind of work has gone into being able to take your game to this next level?
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of work for sure, and a lot of faith from my teammates and coaches and believing in me. Nights like tonight, I definitely got some buckets, but a lot of them are easy ones. Like, JD, I don't know if it'll show up in the stat book, but he tapped me an offensive rebound right to me out of the hoop. It's just an easy dunk. And so plays like that, I think when we're playing as a team, got a couple great feeds from Mike, stuff like that. When we're playing as a team, it's fun, and it's just fun. Scoring's fun, but winning is really what it's all about, and what's more fun, So, yeah, I would say.
All right, and Harrison, I haven't talked to you about this since then, but when I was in Vegas, I talked to the coach about you, and he said he really would have liked to have had you, but he gave a lot of praise to you about your character and all that. So There's some people that really like the way you are.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
We love him. Special kid. He's a special kid.
Anything else for these guys?
Yeah, James, I'm just curious. You know, your dad played here. You know, and then you taught jazz as well. All of that. What kind of impact has he had on your game? Because he's also a forward. Just kind of like how much has he kind of helped you with your progression and development?
Yeah, I mean he's the best, and I look up to him in so many ways. Like one as a man, obviously he's my father, but I mean as a basketball player, I think he's extremely cerebral, extremely smart, and that's part of what made him so good. And so, I mean he was my first coach, so I talk to him on the phone usually once or twice a week, and you know he texts me from time to time, and it's mostly positive stuff. But I mean he's so smart, and he's played the game for so many years with so many good players and coaches that you know he's able to give me some great input that I think other guys don't get, so definitely an advantage.
All right, one last question. So these guys beat Cal pretty handily. Were you guys worried about that coming into the game, and then are you surprised how you beat them by this big margin that you did?
I don't think we were surprised. You know, I think we know when we play our game, we could dominate them. I thought we had a fantastic game plan going in, beating their zone. You know, we kind of started setting a bunch of high ball screens and getting him and Mike getting downhill, and they made great plays, you know, throwing lobs to JD, whatever it is, finishing little mid-range shots. So, no, I don't think we're surprised. I think I kind of honestly came in and knew that if we played with this level of effort and intensity, then I think we can expect this result.
My last question, Greg, just quickly, just on UCLA, just what needs to change from the first time you saw them, you've got them coming up next, just what needs to change to flip the script on that one?
I would say the same thing we did for Washington, just attacking them, not playing on our heels.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure got to us a little bit. You know, Coach has said in the locker room he thought there's 2 games this year we're on ourselves, Texas and UCLA was the other one. And, you know, I think it's really what it comes down to, like H just said, you know, can we handle the pressure and attack it? Because pressure, you know, on the surface, it's like obviously pressure, and sometimes it has advantages and they can force deflections, steals. But if you can rip through, you can like expose like there's weakness. You know, when you're bringing a double team, someone's open. So we gotta work hard, and we'll make a great plan, and I think we'll be ready to go. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank y'all so much.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Show you that.
Head coach Jerod Haase. Coach, if you open up with a statement.
Yeah, I thought our energy, enthusiasm, effort, kind of attitude coming into the game was really good. I thought our guys took yesterday's practice and film sessions really well, and I thought they had the edge and focus needed to come into this game. We started off well, obviously making some shots, but I really thought that stemmed from the mental approach to it. Washington's, you know, really done a fantastic job in conference right now. They're a good team. You know, Dejan, certainly it hurt them when he went out. He's so active in that zone and can do some different things. But for us, we look at this as a really heck of a win for us. We're excited about it. And we have another quick turnaround, which seems to be the norm.
So, Coach, did you catch yourself wanting to run out there to the court when Dejan went down?
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah. You know, obviously we have such a long history together and things like that. So it was a little bit of a different situation. I don't know exactly the right word to say, but it was something that certainly didn't like seeing him down there, and wanted to get him better as soon as possible, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have won a lot of close games this year. This is kind of the first time you have like beaten somebody thoroughly, dominated them, blow them out, kind of thing. Just how good does it feel to get a win in that kind of stuff?
It's great. I'm hoping it shows progress. You know, we'll see how the rest of the year plays out. But the cool thing is there's so many things we can learn from. As we were building a lead, we kept doing some silly things that we need to learn how to get over. But offensively, we continued to execute pretty well. Defensively, in the second half, we struggled getting stops. And the biggest thing on the second half, there were some mental errors that we need to reduce. But having said that, to be able to build a lead and maintain that lead is really a good step forward for us.
You brought a lot of defensive pressure early in the game this time, and a lot more aggressive on ball on the perimeter. What was the game plan there?
Yeah, we're trying to pick our spots based on personnel, based on who we're playing in terms of what kind of pressure, how we're going to pressure them, half court, full court, things like that. It's not our bread and butter. Our base of our defense is our length, keeping guys out of the paint, rebounding the basketball. But when we can layer on a few things to give some different wrinkles and set a tone defensively, we're looking to do that sometimes as well.
So, Coach, we talked several times about Harrison having these slow starts. Today, he was on it right away. You guys had a 9-0 start. So, did you talk to him at all before the game, or is this something he did on his own?
I did talk to him before the game. We met yesterday. I'm not taking credit for what he did because that's him performing, but we did talk about just the preparation and how to go into the game as opposed to just getting out there and hoping things go well. And I'm not saying he was doing that, but we did talk about the preparation of the scouting report, of film, of his body, of all those different things. And I'm not, it's not like he wasn't doing things, but I emphasize that, and I thought he did a great job. And you could just see it in his eye going into this game that he was focused and ready to go.
You had a high assist total in the first half, especially. You talk a lot about another team has to get good shots for each other, especially against the zone. That's a big deal. So how well do you think that you were able to do that today?
I thought it was really good. I thought there was an intent to make plays for others. We got the ball to the inside of the defense, and we were looking to make plays for our teammates, especially in the first half. But even in the second half, I thought there was a willingness and a desire to make the appropriate play. So that's a good step, and it's an important step if we're going to be the team we want to be.
How much did it help? I asked the players the same question, but how much did it help you guys to see the Washington zone the first time? Because Keith kind of said that the way you guys look at it is you kind of had 3 dominant halves against them, and just that first half of Seattle kind of come. Just how nice was it to have seen that already? You think, for your guys?
Yeah, it is. It is a nice a tool to learn from. I thought my staff did a fantastic job with prep in our attack and how we wanted to attack it. And the truth is, we haven't played against a ton of zone this year, and so we have to learn from film. But that experience, that first game, was something we could learn from. We could learn from the film, and it also helps us for our game planning for this game. So, again, anytime you do something and have more experience with it, it's going to be a good thing.
Anything else, Coach? All right, thank you guys.
Appreciate it. Have a good one. See you soon. Literally.
Yeah.
They're playing right now too, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna hop on that.
What is his answer about Dejan Adal?
Well, what's he gonna say?
What did you think he was gonna say?
I was just curious because that's the first thing I thought about. I was like, okay, do you just your gut instinct just said, oh hey, that's my guy down there, but no, he's on another team now.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, was it like that? Because like you see that he's had Dejan for
4 years.
yeah. Although some that was injured. And I was just having a back and forth with Eldridge Rocasner.
Oh.
Yeah, he was on our show, and we were talking. I thought he was here at the game. He said, "No, he's watching on TV now." And we were talking about Dejan and the guy today that had 30.
Yeah, I met him at Pac-12 Media this past year.
Okay.
Eldridge, yeah.
Yeah, I told him I couldn't make it. I was supposed to meet him there too.
So Dejan only played 4.5 minutes.
Yep.
That made a difference.
Yeah,
I think they still would've
especially
won.
their defense. Like,
I think they still would have won Stanford, but it would have been closer.
Well, they won by 28. I don't know if he would have hit a 28-point difference.
They would have still. They may not have scored any points, but they would have still won. They had him. He had 5 points the first meeting, and yeah.
yeah, but he makes a big difference on defense. I think he had like 3 or 4 steals in the first game.
That's what I'm saying. So I think defensively he would have.
He's only shooting 35% this year. Actually, this is his worst year. All his offensive Possibly. He was doing pretty well last year before he got hurt, actually.
Because remember he and Kiana both are in the freshman.
Just checking in. You're good.
I'm good. I'm took $2 a week now, so they're playing right now.
Oh, they did for
Yeah, so
situation.
they're at USC today. So
First they do, yeah.
they'll win that one.
They should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you Tuesday.
Thank you.
You good? He said, so you guys, kind of know each other? He said, oh, yeah. She said something and Tyra said, no, it's not the way it sounds. I didn't mean to just start up any kind of controversy.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, but then it seemed like he had injuries and all that after that.
You guys got what you need? Cool.
8 o'clock start, right?
Yeah. Another